Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So what I got for y'all today is a Spellshot and Stabomancer build, and this one's going to utilize from the shadows. Sorry, forgot the name. It deals with gun damage, companion damage, spell damage, just a whole bunch. So there is a lot of damage that is being done to enemies. This is one of my best builds. Like, honestly, in terms of damage, it's huge. Now, the big deal is it's probably because of Double Knot. Double Knot is a little broken right now, so you're getting huge damage from that. And I'm 6 out of 3 into there, so we're just doing a boatload of damage from Double Knot itself. So, going right into the tree, let's go into Stabomancer first, and then we'll look into Spellshot. So, with Stabomancer, we started off with Arsenal. This is going to be useful because we're getting extra spell damage and gun damage, 15% each. It's a good amount, and so that's where we went. Then we went into Haste. This is going to be useful for giving us extra melee speed, and this goes right into our next skill, Swift Death here. Swift Death is going to give us extra damage the faster we're moving, so if we're constantly moving, we're going to be dealing extra damage, and that's why we also went into Haste, because the faster you move, the more damage you'll do. Now, we did 3 out of 3 and exploit their weaknesses. We don't deal too many status effects, but whatever it is, 6% for each status effect, that could be a lot. So we went ahead and put 3 out of 3 in there. And the last point we put is 1 in elusive. This is just so we can run and shoot/reload and all that while we're running. Moving on to Spellshot, we went 5 out of 5 in Spell Sniper. A key thing with this build is we want our spells to do critical hits because of Double Knot. So every time we're dealing critical hits with a spell, we're dealing extra gun damage. So that's why we went into 5 out of 5 into Spell Sniper. Then we have 3 out of 3 in Magic Bullets. This is going to give us a huge amount of gun damage based on our spell damage. Then we have this skill right here, which I'm not even going to try to pronounce just because. But this is going to give us extra reload speed. We're actually going to be TDR chucking, spoiler. So we went ahead and put 5 out of 5 in there. And then we have Font of Mana. This is going to help us with getting our From the Shadows back. And so yeah, I mean, with spells, yeah, honestly, we went all the way down. So we didn't really care about the spell cooldown rate, but the action skill cooldown rate was needed. So we went ahead and put 5 out of 5 there. Then we have Glass Cannon. This is usually the norm for Spellshot builds. You got to go into Glass Cannon just because you get a huge boost to your spell damage. But not only that, your Cursed Wit, obviously, when that's depleted, you're going to do a huge amount of damage. So we went ahead and put 1 point in there. Then another staple, high thread count. You want to have high spell weaving stacks. This is obviously going to help with that. We did 2 in Imbued Weapon. Now, this is only going to utilize 1 spell, so we're not getting a huge bonus, but we sort of wanted to get down the skill tree, so this was helpful. We went ahead and put 2 points in there. Then we put 3 out of 3 points in Double Knot. We're getting 3 from our actual class mod, so we'll go into that. And then one slot, 1 kill. This is going to give us extra damage for each spell stack, so basically 8 stacks in total, times 4, 32% extra damage. And then last but not least, Sever the Thread. This is just going to help us get our spell back. So, moving on to inventory. Before I talk about inventory, actually, real quick. So, all of the items here, they are not a must. The key thing is the skill tree. If you can get the skill tree and you can get a Fear Not gun, you're going to do a ton of damage. That's plain and simple as it is. The inventory is more so to help you do a little more, but the bulk of damage is actually coming from the skill tree. And before I actually go into the inventory, I'll do a quick look into our hero stats. So we put, so we started off as, I actually do not remember, but we see that we have high strength, and I think this was going to be, this is probably the village idiot. Anyway, but I don't remember exactly. So it may not be. Anyway, we have 48 out of 48, so max out your strength, and then we maxed out our crit chance, and then we put the rest in skill cooldown. The rest, so spell cooldown, status damage, and max HP and ward, we did not put a single point into. We put a little bit in skill cooldown, but we wanted to have these two max for sure. So now we'll finally move on to our inventory. So for starters, again, the melee weapon does not matter at all. We only did this for the enchant, and I'm sure you can get a few of these enchants. If you cannot get all of them, again, let me emphasize that this is just going to be extra help, but not the bulk of the damage. So we went with the snake stick, again, doesn't matter. And this one is going to give us, while action skill is active, increase our frost damage by 50%. Hair is our main gun we are using. It is a snowballing fear not, basically the pixie variant, and the enchant we have here is on action skill start, increase damage dealt by 20% for 20 seconds. We put a nightshade here just to help us with trying to get our spell back, but otherwise we don't really use it. And then there's just two other fear knots which we don't really use, but they're there in the build. Moving on to the rings, you want to get spell damage rings, and if you can, I would try to get one of the passives. I would try to get spell critical hit chance on them, if you can. If you can't, it's fine. And then the effect we put on these mood rings, well, it comes with the mood rings. It's just while ward is not full, increase your effects by 100%. We're not going to have our ward, so that's kind of a given, and we'll get a bunch of extra damage just from that. These two are very good rolls because they have spell critical hit damage and spell critical hit chance, but again, it's not necessary at all. Then we have a Cursed Wit. This Cursed Wit is going to be, while action skill is active, increase elemental damage by 35%. Again, if you miss a few of these, not a big deal. Our Amulet is a frost damage and a Spellshot power, so that's kind of what you're looking for. Volatile, chaotic, primordial, or whatever it's called, doesn't matter, get one. And this one has extra damage dealt. It's fine if you don't have that, and it's passive also, it doesn't matter. I think pixies count as companions, so this may get extra damage, but again, you'll still do a lot of damage if you have a purple or a different legendary that whose effect doesn't really matter. And then for the spell, we're using the Buffmeister. This one has 2 charges, and the enchant here is while action skill is active, increase dark magic damage by 50%. This is a dark magic one, so it's gonna go hand in hand. And then last but not least, Hair is our really big and pretty difficult to get item here. Now, I will say, I have also melted Son of a Witch without this. Like, I've literally unequipped it and I've melted it. So this is only added help. It's not necessary. You don't need to have 6 out of 3 in double knot. Again, it does not matter. This one's nice because we get to use the new class mod with the soaked effect. That's kind of the major reason. And also, huge shout out to Moxie. I actually pulled this from his build, so huge shout out to him. It's insane how he was able to find this, or if somebody sent it to him. Whatever it is, I got it from his build, so huge shout out to him. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll also try to show you guys a boss kill without this. In fact, that's what I'll probably do first. I'll show you both with the class mod and without. We'll do the same boss, that way you can see the difference in damage. But I've personally melted bosses without it too, just to try it out. So if you don't have anything, try to get one with extra with high thread count, so that you have 2 out of 1 in high thread count. But I don't even bother trying to stack up my spell weaving stacks. So any of these would honestly work. You don't need anything crazy. So anyway, let's go ahead and try to get to the bossing a little bit. I'll show you guys without this. In fact, I'll just unequip it altogether. I was considering putting one of these other ones, but I'll just go ahead and do it without, just to show you that the damage is ridiculous. Alright, so I'm going to hop over to one of the bosses, and I'll show you guys the damage there. Alright guys, so here we are at Banshee. So, quick disclaimer, I hate this boss, and we're going to go ahead and try to kill her without this class mod. So wish me luck, but I think we can do it. I'm going to actually wait for her to back off so that she doesn't go into her immune, invisible state, and then I run out of from the shadows. From the shadows gives us our bulk of our bossing damage, so you want to usually have that active. So I'll go ahead and start chucking some of these, just, you know, let them chip away at her. But you want to get the critical hits, so I'm going to wait for her to back off a little bit, and then hopefully we can do the big chunk of damage, you know? Alright, come on. She's not going to go into her immune phase. Come on now. Alright, there she goes. There she goes. Okay. So we're going to get that rolling, and you'll see that, yeah, she's gonna get melted real quick, you know? Come on. Ah. Yeah. So, you can't really melt her as fast, but I'm not saying it's impossible, you know? She's just one of the tankier bosses. And I'm terrible at dodging those, so. But, hopefully, we can get a quick kill on her. Alright, there she goes. Not the cleanest kill, but you saw the chip damage that we were doing. If she was not one of those pesky bosses, I think it would have been game over for her. And again, I had no class mod equipped at all, so still pretty good. Now I'm going to go ahead and try to show you a kill with this equipped. That way you can see what the damage is really like. Alright, so we're going right in. Sorry, I wasn't talking for the start of it. I honestly forgot I was still recording. So we're going to wait for her to back off a little bit. Alright, she's in her little bubble. And now we're going to go ahead and pop this. And hopefully, there you go. Yeah, so it helps. It helps a ton. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to say it doesn't, but the same thing would have happened if I had any other class mod. Maybe this one helps a little bit more just because of the effect, but yeah. Y'all can see the build does melt. I'll go ahead and show a few other bosses in a montage at the end of the video, but that was what I really wanted to show. You know, it's a lot of leniency. You know, any Buffmeister honestly works. In the build, I'm going to also put a ice one, so feel free to use that. If you have any other Fear Nots you want to use, go ahead. Just try to switch up the element that you want to use, and you know, have fun with it. So yeah, that's pretty much the build, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Give this build a try. You know, experiment with it. I really don't think that Double Knot is going to last like this for too long. So have fun with it now. You know, try it with high thread count. Again, you don't need to have 3 out of 3. It's hard to get, so I completely get it. I was lucky enough to get just a save file to get this. So, you know, join my Discord. If you do want this build, feel free to join my Discord. I'm going to post the build there. And then if you are a console player, we'll definitely try to help you guys out as well. And if you need the build, just, you know, give me a shout on my Discord, and I can go ahead and hook you guys up. You know, just feel free to subscribe. That's a huge motivation to me. Just, you know, it takes no time for you guys, and it just makes me, you know, want to post more videos. So just go ahead and if you don't mind, please go ahead and do that. And yeah, I'll keep trying to post new builds, and I want to do a few gun guides because I've gotten a few legendaries that I want to try out, because I know the legendaries aren't great in the game, but you got to have fun with the game, right? You want to try all the unique stuff. So a lot more content's coming out. I wanted to get this build out to you guys as soon as possible. Give it a try. Let me know your thoughts. And yeah, subscribe to the channel, like the video, all that fun stuff. And I'll catch you guys next time. Enjoy the montage.